The time is now. It's back to the rhymes. It's like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm in the booth straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Plant them, Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it is back to the rhymes. Yes, yes, y'all. All right. Uh-oh. I'm in a different locale. I'm in Ferndale. That's Ferndale. They're having a hard time with the mail. And because I didn't have to take a ferry boat. Let's see. Yeah, I offered to help out my fellow post office people up here. They got some big problems. But I think we're getting caught up. And I go back to Seattle here in the middle of the week. So, number one, School Us album sales. And I must admit, I met a fella 2 days ago. He's an old carrier who retired. He's a school bus driver. His wife's a musician. And I didn't bring up buying School Us album. What was I thinking? I got his contact info via Facebook. His wife's doing a performance. She does an open mic. She hosts an open mic in Birch Bay every other Tuesday. I could get there if I got off. I got off around 6 today. So Tuesday, if I get off at a decent time, I could go to Birch Bay. I need to get with him on Facebook and find out the name of that place again. But I think if I'm his friend, I can. He promotes it. So then she plays bass and does worship music, like is in the worship band at her church. So good person to know, just a little far away, but I can't say I know any other believers who are bass players. I guess I could say Alex, but he doesn't play a worship band at this point that I know of. He could, but anyhow, so that's good. Um, anyway, school bus driver, man, I didn't ask for the sale. I forgot to ask for it. Uh, so my Reformation music video, I did mention that. Let's talk about YouTube channels. So we got, it's kind of nice. Let me kind of do this. Leon's video, Leon's trilogy, the Leon trilogy. So I have 8 more people to share with. I'm not going to go back to Seattle till I do that. But with my schedule, it's really demanding and it's a bit of a heavy lift. So I fell behind on that, and I admit that. But we're almost there. I'm almost there, and I'll have 100 shares of that here by Thursday. As I said, I'm working in Ferndale, and I will have a travel day on Thursday. Then I could have the weekend off and be productive again, hopefully, for any number of things besides just doing mail stuff. Let's see. Anything else? I did talk to Leon yesterday. So, and I brought up I guess I can say it. I might have said it. So the title is, so the order of business is Leon Trilogy. Next is My Reformation, 100 shares. And then next is the definitive, comprehensive end times resource guide brought to you by Leon, the scripture enthusiast, formerly known to me as the underground Bible scholar, but he likes the scripture enthusiast, I think. So that's coming up. So be on the lookout here. You see the 100 days. Like I said, I fell a little behind, but that's all right. I'll catch up and we'll just start up with the My Reformation music video. Let's see how that does. Rules of engagement. When did I talk to? His name's Richard. I talked to him this past week, or was it the week before? I think it was this past week. It's funny because I've been in Ferndale. It's almost like I forgot. I was in Seattle the first half of last week and having good conversations on. It happens on Jackson and King. That's where I meet all these music people. Even though I've been meeting some people up here. So this person, Richard's got a business, Trike Home, I think it's. But anyway, he studied graphic design, fashion design, and he said basically he didn't need to do that, and that he spent a lot of money at UW. He's a little upset about the money he spent, knowing that he could have just started a business without all that. And then he's frustrated that they ask him for money. I guess that's what colleges do. They just hit you up for money all the time after you graduate. And if it didn't help you, I guess I never hear from Central. I guess they know they didn't help me any. Uh, they don't hit up my wife either because they didn't help her either. Yes, that's right. Um, but they helped us meet each other. All right. So, yes. So then let's see. He said for t-shirts. So he's focused on fashion. So that's a revenue source. So I said, okay, well, he's willing to coach me a little bit, but and he's had other people. He's helped a couple people, mentored them some, because he's fully grown. He knows how to move products, basically shirts and whatnot, fashion design. And he said he'll talk to people, but there's no follow through. And so the next step for me is one. He said I need to get a reseller's license. If I get a reseller's license, t-shirt makers will take me a little more seriously. They'll cut me a deal too, because they'll know this guy's not messing around. He's doing it the right way. So then it's like I got to collect taxes, do all this, even though my revenue is very small with the CD. But here's someone he's actually in business and it's viable, and I need to be put some time into that. So he said, if I get the reseller's license, he said, come talk to him. All right. Because we were talking about, who do I see? Department of Revenue. I said, I have a UBI number, Unified Business Identification, right? So I got that. So it's like good. So that puts me ahead of, I'm older than probably a lot of the people he talks to. So that's probably one advantage I have. But one advantage they have is they have more time ahead of them. Hopefully they're determined to make something happen. So yeah, I'm really appreciate that. So yeah, I will contact them. So how am I going to do that? When am I going to do it? So I'm going to just, ideally, I do a route in Belltown, supposedly once a week, but it hasn't happened lately. It's rare that I get out there. But if I were to go out there, I could do it while working. That'd be nice. I have a vehicle I can park, and I just go by the Department of Revenue. I used to go by there all the time, and I would just go in there and I say, hey, I'm interested in getting a reseller's license in the city of Seattle or state or whatever. I guess it can get a little different based on which city you're in. And where you're selling from, I believe. So anyway, it's tedious. It's not too much fun, but it's a way to put myself in the game a little bit more, just to learn it. And there you go. So talk about that later. But okay, so Bellevue Ballers. So I made some adjustments, probably coming up to my work. So I should have more time starting within a month. If I can be working in a different station, the workload's less, or I could become a custodian, and that would be more free time, less meeting people, but more free time. So that's the give and take. I meet a lot of people. I actually have to pass up meeting people. I'm in the business of connecting with people, and I have to pass that up because I have to do my job, so that's the struggle. Let's see. So we got music for Back to the Rhyme songs. Just like I said, I met the bass player. Let me just talk about that a little bit. But then also there's another person I met today. His name's Scott. His son is a bass player as well. Loves music. He's actually not the type of person to go out and do things, but I'm open. He's coachable. He's in an industry that I'm not thrilled about, but it's very legal in Washington, and I can see why he's doing it, you know. So hopefully he's still got some motivation, because that can kind of kill the motivation, but maybe it helps with music. Um, but so that's another bass player who's possibly, I haven't met him, possibly interested, very passionate about music. He just went to Daytona, Florida for some festival. So all his money goes into concerts and stuff like that. So he loves music, but he can play too. He's just not in the situation where he's trying to get a band together. And I don't know, maybe no one's hearing him. Also, his daughter-in-law, I think, is a singer for Baby Cakes or something. They do a cover band, cover Tom Petty and Stevie Nicks. Sounds interesting. And I guess she's got the Stevie Nicks voice. I got to hear that. I'd like to hear that. I was just playing Stevie Nicks yesterday, driving around. I don't do it too often, but it's like I want to hear some Stevie Nicks, one of her songs. And then they, how YouTube will just automatically play some songs. So I was hearing Stevie Nicks yesterday. And then, oh boy, I get to meet possibly the Stevie Nicks cover singer the next day through, I suppose, the father-in-law. And so that was a good connection. He's up here in Ferndale. He works in Redmond. So very nice fella, and very, so it's just a matter of me. That's why the job's so important. I have people that I need to get with. When am I supposed to do it? So that's why the job changed. I'm hoping for that to free up at least a little more time. Okay. So as far as the Back to Rhyme songs, haven't really done anything for the past week regarding that merch. Again, if I talk about Richard, he's going to be my go-to guy. Rules of engagement and merch kind of going together to learn and to, he's got a business, man. He's got a retail space. I wonder what he pays per square foot. Is it, he's on Jackson. It can't be $4 a square foot, but it's got me thinking after talking to the medical equipment person, $1 a square foot. That's nice, but it's Aurora. All right. Trump's gonna thump. Nothing to talk about there. I'm up here in Ferndale. A lot more American flags, a lot more patriots. I think the head of the Trump campaign's up here somewhere, Bellingham or North or somewhere, Linden possibly. My friend Craig knows him. I just don't know where he's at. Too bad. Maybe I can try to figure out where he's at. Why not? I'm gonna make a note on my hand. Okay. Yeah, I will find out. That's a good idea, because that's really, if I'm gonna, anticipating Trump rallies coming up, I need to be in communication or attempt to connect with the person who is the head of the Trump campaign in the state of Washington. So I don't know that he would do any more rallies out here. He did the one, which is amazing, but it's still, there's got to be a campaign, right? Finally, you will be glorified. So, like I said, met the bass player. Think that could be a good thing. Wendy, and then she has a band too that they kind of do, 3-person band. So hopefully Tuesday I can meet up with her, see what they're doing. Open mic too. I don't know. I'm not going to be asked to rap, I don't think, but that's a good opportunity possibly. I did an open mic one time. It was a rock and roll place. They weren't trying to hear any rappers, but yeah. If there was, this might be better. I mean, that's kind of like my friend invited me, but it's like that was it. It wasn't like, oh man, you guys got to hear my friend rap. It wasn't like that at all. It's like, yeah, man, come out to open mic, and when I show up, oh, that's the dude that you go tell him you want to play, and that was it. It wasn't like I was introduced to anybody, so it was not. It was practice. Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't think it was all that good of an experience personally. So that's it. And then you will be glorified is, so we'll just keep working on that. Yeah, I think we're we're fine for now. Like I said, I met the father and son. Got the father and son. Now we have a bass player. Very likely, it's just she lives in Birch Bay, but that's I probably had that already. But that was good to meet her. She's very enthusiastic and sounds very excited to possibly do it. It's just a distance situation, so we don't know yet. But that was a good person to meet. So I'll leave it off there. Let's see. Uh, Not really current events, but being out here in Ferndale is different than being in Seattle, especially because I'm on Jackson. It's funny. I was just thinking, I live on Lake City, and I gotta say, Lake City is so much nicer than Jackson. Jackson's bad, man. It's really bad. But let me say this too. There's the Lummi Nation. I don't know if I said that right. There's a Indian tribe out here. Got the casino. Like it. It's cool. I mean, I need a place to, a facility. When you're out delivering around here, and it's not just on the reservation. There's other parts, I think, but there's trailer houses out here, and it's different. It's low key, but that's still way better than being in the city bumming on the street. I mean, the way some of these guys are living in RVs out here, it's not much better than a tent, but it kind of is. You got way more space out here. If you're gonna make a mess, I guess we won't know about it. So yeah, because I went up in some hills delivering because all I'm doing is delivering packages the first 3 days, and I went up on a hill. It's like, man, you guys got this a mess back here, But they got a lot of space. If they ever wanted to clean it, I think it's either renting or owning. You could do it. You could clean it, make it look nice. Why not? It's nice to have space. Yeah, it's nice out. I am enjoying out here. So I'm gonna get back to the rhymes. Let's see if I can finish this song today. Do a little sip of water. I've probably been getting a lot of heat. It's hot this week if anybody's paying attention. Normally I'm darker probably than I've been all year because I've been in the sun. I normally work pretty much indoors a lot. So here I am outside. Okay, here's the song. Let's see. I'm not sure. I might be finished. I think I'm finished, but I still got to redo it. And then I haven't really put a lot of thought into the next song. If it doesn't come to me, I'm going to make a third verse. Here we go. I'm going to go from 18 to see the length. I so much want to be so sober. So much so won't stop until it's over. The sober among us brung us thus far. Those striving for saying, see that shining star. Are we not up to snuff? Are we not on par? Why we keep falling back? Why it be so hard to do what's right and escape unscarred? But ain't life a testing place, not a resting place? How could we be untouched when scripture's so much about the devil's schemes, how he seeks to thwart dreams? So perspective is key in the midst of our iniquity to keep pursuing what's been given thee, and that is our own God. It'd be like, forget it, but nah, sober up and take it one day at a time. Who's to say I can't make it till the end of this rhyme? Let me lean on you, cause you true blue through and through. I thank God for you and the whole rest of my crew. But nah, sober up and take it one day at a time. Who's to say I can't make it till the end of this rhyme? Let me lean on you, cause you true blue through and through. I thank God for you, the whole rest of my crew. I was so sober today. Was I so sober yesterday? Was I A-OK? Will I be A-OK? Who's to say? The mirror's to say straight away. Our life's on display for the one who gave us this day. God's to rise above the day to day and know in my heart, our hearts, it'll all be of, in my heart of hearts, it'll all be okay. So I got to sober up, get with it. Because if I don't, I'll be like, fuck. Nah, sober up, take it one day at a time. Who's to say? Can't make it till the end of this rhyme. Let me lean on you, cause you true blue through and through. Thank God for you, the whole rest of my crew. But nah, sober up, take it one day at a time. Who's to say? I can't make it till the end of this rhyme, but let me lean on you, cause you true blue through and through. I thank God for you and the whole rest of my crew. Yeah, that's only 2 minutes. Let me do a third verse then. I can come up with one. All right. I just cut that last verse a little shorter because that seemed like a good spot. Yeah, I want to have that hook in there. See, I could do it. It's too much to do it 4 times like that. Twice is fine. But if I have if I have the third verse, then I could legitimately do it again. So that's good. All right. There's 3. Oh. Oh, so sober. I can see clearly now the day's over. Lord, tell me I'm on the... Tell me I've arrived. And made it to the other side. What's that? Red Hot Chili Pepper song, The Other Side? Is he talking about the wrong side? What's that other side? I don't know. We're talking about the other side of bad, which is good. Lost, which is found. Okay. So I could say that. We're talking. Okay. I'm talking about the side of bad, which is good. The other side of lost, which is found. The thing is, I know many people have a hard time wrapping their heads around a relationship with God because where is he, right? But I was hearing some chickens make noises, right? You know, bark, 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 bark. Why did God have them do that? Why God? And so people question God. God, why you do this? Why God? Why do you have chickens go bark, 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 bark? Why? He wanted to. That's it. That's the answer. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that? I don't know. Maybe there's some deeper reason. You know, what's the deeper reason the chicken go bark, bark? And you know, I don't know. But I'm out in the country. I'm seeing horses. I saw deer. Did you see that deer? Did you see my phone? Where's my phone? I got deer I could show you. Check out the deer. Black squirrel. I had a little froggy. Anyway, I had to do an animal report because I'm out in the different place. I'm not in the city. But yeah, so you know, the shepherd, the good shepherd looks for the sheep, you know. So I'm just saying that many people have it on their heart to pursue God and to connect with Him, however real we can make it, right? And so um, these are parables, right? Jesus had all these parables. These are analogies. One day it'll be much more real because it'll be real. It won't be, whatever. We'll be there, right? So, but we can't fully understand it. But we gotta, maybe it's kind of like you just gotta kind of go with the flow a little bit. All right. So doesn't want me to be off. He wants me to be obedient, and by doing so, I'm connecting more with Him, not separating myself. So that's my prayer: is I can be found and stay in His, stay with them, and not wander off, let's say, because of frustration or what have you. So let's see. So I just wanted to say that, why not? I'm talking about the other side of bad, which is good. The other side of loss, which is found. Found myself with my head up, not down, head held high, seeing stars, seeing the sky, which is a beautiful thing. If there's no light pollution in the country, you can see that too, right? Seeing the sky. I mean, we got to be kind of go easy on ourselves. If you're in the city, the hustle and the bustle and the anxiety, let me write that down. We you're in the city, in the hustle and bustle. And all the anxiety. That comes with the territory. Maybe for whatever reason we find ourselves, because if Jesus went away after he ministered, right? You hear all this stuff. He'd be around people, he would deal with all their problems, and then he'd go relax, if we talk seriously about planning our life, and in Bellevue Ballers, we're talking about helping people build their lives. Discipleship. I've been asking a lot of people, do you know John Maxwell? Why? Because so many people, I've talked to a couple of people recently. Yeah, things are going well for me. I'm making money, doing well. Do you have the passion? Do you have a passion to share that with others? Do you have a passion? Because won't our quality of life increase if more people are educated about these kind of things? So all I'm saying is planning your life so you don't have to ever have some of these anxieties, so you don't ever have to be strapped for time, so you have the control of your life and your schedule, so connecting with God isn't so challenging, and therefore you can more easily say no to drugs, say no to bad behavior, right? Because you're not so stressed out and you're not around, you're able to make choices about who you're with and things like that. So I'm rolling with all these things. I'm throwing it all out there because these are the things I think about. But I'm really trying to, because I'm talking to the people who are doing well for themselves. But it's up to them. But John Maxwell, think about it. If you know who he is, he's developing leaders. He didn't just stop with his own success, is what I'm saying. So for people who have a passion to help, see others do well. I looked up the word philanthropist. I'm gonna end with this. Who do they show for philanthropist? I would think a good person to help the welfare of others. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and George Soros. Oh, I wasn't thinking about those people, but oh well. Next time.